All the single women over 30 are getting involved, so I'll speak up too. I own an apartment and two cars. One is a gas-powered car worth tens of thousands of RMB that my mother already drives, and I currently drive an electric vehicle. I also have an apartment of about 50 square meters. I don't want a house, a car, or a dowry from men. If someone really likes me, I'm willing to give them tens of thousands of RMB as a dowry. I am open to premarital checkups, marrying someone from afar, and less gold jewelry. I'm asking you, who else is like this? Did you know? What are the four most popular classic novels among middle-aged women in 2025? They are A Domineering CEO Falling in Love with a Penniless Me, A Domineering CEO Falling in Love with a Divorced Woman with Two Kids, A Domineering CEO Falling in Love with a Hotel Waitress, and A Domineering CEO Falling in Love with a Completely New Me. Let's say, how outrageous are these short dramas these days? Can't they at least conform to some realistic logic?
我被骗了，被骗惨了。
I've been deceived, terribly deceived. They never told me women should be independent, so I focused on building my career while I was still dating. Now I have a car, a house, and savings, but I'm old. These things don't bring me happiness. I still want to find someone I love and have a child, but no one is willing. If someone is willing, I'll give them my car, house, and savings. What does money matter if you treat me well?
钱又算得了什么呢？
In the marriage market of first-tier cities, the number of women far exceeds that of men. Taking Beijing and Shanghai as examples, data from 2025 shows that the number of older unmarried women in Beijing exceeded 800,000, while in Shanghai it surpassed 900,000. According to the 2024 survey on the gender ratio of dating markets in some cities, released by the Southwest Beihur Data Center, the data shows that there are more women than men. In Guangzhou's dating market, the male-to-female ratio reached a staggering 1 to 18. The reason for this phenomenon is that a large number of highly educated, high-income young women are continuously flocking to big cities. At the same time, men, due to economic pressure, tend to return to second- and third-tier cities, leaving outstanding women facing a neither high nor low dilemma in their marriage prospects.
我肯定是嫁不出去了。
I'm definitely never going to get married. I was born in 1981, I'm already 45, never married, never had children, and nobody's introduced me to anyone anymore. Even my parents haven't been pressuring me to get married. They probably know in their hearts that at my age, who would want me? Even if I didn't ask for anything now, even if I offered to pay a dowry, I doubt even old men would like me. This 37-year-old blogger, although unmarried, says she feels very comfortable with her current life and isn't in a hurry to get married. For example, when I was younger, in my 20s and around 27 to 28, I really wanted to get married. I felt like I had nothing and I needed a marriage to save me. It felt like I needed two people to share the burden. I wasn't financially well off then, or I lacked a sense of security. Now, at my age, whether I'm single or want children later, I have enough confidence to do it. To put it bluntly, I have a solid financial foundation. When I was 27, 28, my financial foundation wasn't strong enough, and I felt like I needed a home. Actually, I realized that back then, the root cause of everything was that I didn't have enough, strong enough inner strength or self-sufficiency. That's how it was. The blogger frankly admits that she's not ready for marriage or children yet. Although she occasionally finds other people's children adorable, she feels she's not yet prepared to be a mother. I'm a 36-year-old single woman, never married, no kids, and I was just laid off. At 10 p.m. last night, while I was preparing for a job interview the next day, my mom suddenly called me. The first thing she said was, "You're almost 37. By the time the new year comes, you'll be pushing 40. You're already a marginal person in society. If you don't find someone to marry soon, you'll be nothing." Hearing that felt like a knife stabbing straight into my heart. Recently, a married man even tried to pursue me. I turned him down, and when I did, he said to me, "You're older now and have no background. Even if you're a hard-working, decent woman, no man would be willing to pay for you. Only someone like me would still want you. You should be grateful." Just because I'm 36 and not some 27 or 28-year-old young girl, does that mean I have to lower my standards and become someone's mistress? The blogger said that 20 years ago she moved to the big city from a remote area of Inner Mongolia and has always strived to live a positive, fulfilling life. She couldn't understand why older single women were constantly bullied. A 35-year-old woman isn't menopausal. Her body is actually in its prime, yet the whole world insists she's worthless and only deserves to marry a man less fortunate than herself. She said, "When the world repeatedly hits me down and negates me, I can only silently wipe away my tears in the dead of night. But I refuse to accept it. I'm going to live a vibrant and happy life for you all to see."
我36了还没结婚。
I'm 36 and still unmarried. Even if I don't say anything, you all probably think my standards are too high, which is why I can't find a partner. If I really had to make a request, it would be this. If I marry you, I can't cook, so you'll need to cook for me. I need a husband who can cook. Don't worry, although I can't cook, I have a busy work schedule, and I'm willing to use my earnings for living expenses. After hearing this, do you think my requirements are still too high? This 34-year-old single blogger has 3 requirements for her other half. Let's take a look.
第一个条件呢，就是
My first condition is that before marriage, I don't care how he plays around outside, but after marriage, he must settle down and live a stable life with me. Second, I can't give up my job after having children, because I also need to have my own career. Third, housework must be done together, because I believe the best marriage isn't about one person being responsible for earning money and the other for being beautiful, but about both people working together and striving together. That's the best state of marriage. You're great, and I'm not bad either. Do you think my conditions are unreasonable?
大龄剩女啊。
The core reason why older single women have the confidence to remain single is, frankly, that they feel they still have some leverage to be selective. As youth fades, especially after 35, these advantages diminish significantly. Men, especially those who are reasonably successful, prioritize age when choosing a woman. Some women might say, "Don't underestimate me just because I'm older. I'm well maintained and I have suitors. Finding someone to marry when I want to is no problem." Let me tell you, those suitors might just be flirting, or they might not have anyone suitable in their field. Don't believe me? Just tell them, "Let's go, bring your ID, let's go to the marriage registry." See if he dares, and if someone actually dares to go with you to get the marriage certificate, chances are you won't even be interested in him.
大龄女生啊。
This older woman isn't unmarriageable. Stop saying older women are unwanted. Whether you're older or younger, any woman who wants to get married can do so anytime, just because they haven't found the right person. They have high hopes for marriage and love and are unwilling to settle or compromise. This is an attitude of taking responsibility for one's own life. Marriage isn't something you have to do at a certain age. It's a natural impulse to start a new life after meeting the right person.
自然而然的想要开启新生活的冲动。
是89年的，今年30。
I was born in 1989. I'm 36 this year, and I'm single and childless. Actually, I want to tell everyone why it's hard for older single women to get married. It's because men of the same age are more likely to choose divorced women. They're unwilling to choose older single women. Because they think divorced women might have had bad luck with men, while they believe older single women like us are simply making things difficult for ourselves, or that we have personality problems. Actually, after calmly analyzing it, I think these men are actually looking for women who are easy to control and manage.
好掌控、好驾驭的这种女人。
Some older women, perhaps having read too many romance novels and watched too many idol dramas, harbor a fantasy that one day they will meet a domineering CEO who will unconditionally pamper them, a wealthy man who is infinitely gentle only to her. This fantasy provides solace in times of loneliness and a glimmer of hope in times of disappointment. But the problem is, this kind of domineering CEO usually only exists in scripts. Real-life relationships are more about compromise and negotiation. Perhaps we should all ask ourselves, what do I long for? A fairy tale of being pampered, or a life together that can last a lifetime?
现实中哪有这么多总裁呢？
Sisters, wake up. There aren't that many CEOs in real life. Let's cut back on those inspirational stories and dramas and get back to reality. Even if a domineering CEO were to choose someone, he'd probably go for someone young, beautiful, with a great figure, gentle, considerate, and easily tamed. Why would he choose you? What do you have to compare? Can you even compete? Take a look at your own situation, okay?
霸道总裁。
A domineering CEO falls in love with a divorced, child-raising, almost menopausal me. I swear that line almost made me laugh to death. Who even came up with that? Have you been watching too many romance dramas? Ladies, do you really think a domineering CEO would fall for someone like us? Look around those balding, pot-bellied men out there. Most of them will probably be our final choices. We're divorced, raising kids. What kind of man are we really looking for now? If he's got a good heart, decent values, and a sense of responsibility, that's already great. So let's stop daydreaming. A domineering CEO falling for someone like you, is that even possible? Is that realistic?
哎，你为什么要离婚呢？
Why do you want a divorce? Because only after getting divorced will a domineering CEO fall in love with me. Then what about your child? The domineering CEO will fall in love with a divorced single mom version of me. But you're already in your late 30s, almost 40, nearly menopausal. Exactly. The domineering CEO will fall in love with a divorced, child-raising, almost menopausal me. You're overthinking it.
我们这边最近也报名了好。
Recently, several women have signed up with us, all divorced and with children, and they're urging us to help them find a match. But here's the thing, these divorced single moms all insist their partners must have a house, a car, and savings, and the man's financial situation can't be bad, preferably a businessman or someone well off. You know, there are some things we really can't say to their faces, right? I mean, what are they thinking? It's like they believe all the men with houses, cars, and solid finances in the matchmaking market are just sitting there waiting for them to choose. Let me tell you, there really aren't that many with such good conditions. And those who do have them, they wouldn't even come here to find someone, would they? They already have plenty of options around them.
给你们讲一讲。
Let me tell you how many single women end up becoming older leftover ladies. See if you think I'm wrong. Most of them, when they're 21, 22, or 23, feel they're still young and don't need to rush. Some are even still in school. By 25 or 26, they start thinking about finding someone, but they're too reserved. If their family doesn't introduce someone, they won't go to a matchmaker themselves, too worried about saving face. Then, one delay leads to another. By the time they're 28 or 29, they finally started dating seriously. One relationship drags on for a year, another for 2, and before you know it, they're already 30. By the time they're in their 30s and go on blind dates again, sorry to say, there are already very few suitable men left in the matchmaking market for them.
我就想问一下哈，
I want to ask, is anyone regulating those websites? Which department is responsible for regulating them? You guys even made something like, the domineering CEO falls in love with me during menopause. Are you trying to ruin matchmakers? What if you see too much of this stuff and start believing it? Where am I supposed to find those domineering CEOs?
别再说大龄剩女。
Stop saying that older single women have no suitors. They're single not because no one wants them, but because they're too picky, always waiting for someone better, believing they'll find a domineering CEO. Look at reality. If a man is eating takeout on the street, 9 out of 10 women will look down on him. But if a woman is eating takeout on the street, 9 out of 10 women will be smitten. You might think that because of her gender advantage and higher education, she'll feel even more confident that if she waits, she'll marry someone better. But marriage isn't a fairy tale. She waits and waits, not for a domineering CEO, but only for her age to increase, turning herself into an older single woman. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.